Sam Cater, Freddie Mac's chief economist, said, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has hit the highest level since the year 2000. However, unlike the turn of the millennium, housing prices today are rising alongside mortgage rates, primarily due to, well, we keep telling you, inventory. These headwinds, he goes on to say, are causing both buyers and sellers to hold out for better circumstances, and he's absolutely right there. What's the biggest enemy of our economy right now? I keep saying it, it's new home builders. Think of all the ripple effects from not building enough homes. We can spend all day talking about this. I mean, seriously, homelessness, dependency, employment, inflation, education. I mean, what do you think are the biggest problems facing our country right now? Then what I want you to do, think of those things. Then I want you to see how many degrees of separation they are from the lack of affordable housing opportunities that we have right now. So here's my simple question for you today. Why aren't we building more homes? Why aren't we building homes that we so desperately need right now? Well, let's think about this for a second. I found this one. Amberson Claus has been building homes for 45 years, but he has never faced delays like he is now trying to get basic building materials. I had a client ask me to add a door, he says, at a job site outside of Boston. We just waited 6 months to get it. 6 months to get that door. I say, really? I can literally drive 1 mile down the road right now to Home Depot and pick up one of hundreds of pre-hung interior doors. I can get them online, or if I don't like any of them, I can go right across the street to Lowe's and do the same damn thing. It's not a stretch to say that between Vacaville's, Home Depot, and Lowe's, I can furnish 20 homes with all their door needs, interior and exterior, in one day. So I don't buy this 6-month thing at all. So I don't know if you remember, we did a show probably about a month ago, and we were talking about the old subprime loans and how they were all pretty much based on alt-doc, alternative documentation, stated income, no ratio, limited doc, no doc loans, stuff like that. Today, the non-QM loans are not subprime. They're so much more dynamic. They're so much more diverse. They're responsible, and they can help you loan officers and real estate agents with your business. But you gotta be fluent in the language of non-QM. Just do yourself a favor. Talk to my friends over at Oaktree. These guys are killer. They'll help you not only with the products, the language, but also the marketing with it. Just reach out to them. They're waiting for you right now. Fill the information down below. Now, the root of the problem, another one says, goes much further back to the housing bubble collapse of 2008. Might be right there. What he calls a bloodbath happened. Claus goes on to say it was the worst housing market crash since the Great Depression. Many home builders went out of business. Claus was building houses in Florida when the bottom fell out. A lot of my tradespeople found other work, went and got retrained for new jobs, like in law enforcement. All sorts of jobs, Claus says. So the workforce was somewhat decimated. Really? That's why we're not building houses right now, because they're all cops? Again, I don't buy it. Here's the best truth that I actually found. Quote, a few years later, as Americans started buying more homes again, builders stayed below normal, and that slump in building continued for more than a decade. Meanwhile, the largest generation, the millennials, started to settle down and buy houses, and that's the main reason we've ended up millions of homes short. Builders for many years just weren't building enough to keep up with demand. That lack of supply has pushed home prices to record levels. Kind of think that might be right. They just stopped building homes because they were afraid. Now, I want you to look at this graph. Here's a graph of new home construction versus household formations. You know, a household formation is when Junior goes out on his own, gets his wife and kids, that type of thing, and buys a new house. That's a new household formation. Look at how much overbuilt we were with homes versus new home formations between the years 2002 and 2006. It is radically out of line. Why? Why would builders do that? Well, it's really simple. We created cheap mortgages with little to no guidelines so everyone could buy a house. You remember that, don't you? When everybody just deserved to have a house because they had a heartbeat, didn't matter if they paid their bills on time, didn't matter if they had a job, everybody had the right to own a house. And during that enthusiasm of everyone deserves a loan, builders are happy to create all that supply because it was never going to end. It turns out, when those loans defaulted, all that extra inventory was worthless, and many a builder went out of business or nearly did. And well, the sting from those years has continued to play out over the following 2 decades. And here we are today. Something, my friends, has to change with builders for us to recover. Hope this helps.